the view I used to see, but somehow everything has changed. Everything is gone, and yet remains.
You know. So anyway, we're here in Cleve, and you guys aren't from Cleve, but let's start with your names first. What's your name?
Jasmine.
Yep, and Kevin. Yep.
Now, you guys have been together 20 years.
Yep.
And you've got a bus. Here we've got the coaster bus. I'll take a picture of that in a sec. But you're doing something really different about tree seeding. So let's start there. So what's tree seeding? Who wants to go?
So we do land regeneration. So we go around, we collect the native tree seed, all different kinds of species from around local provenance, like all the areas on lower EP, and then we collect that for Greening Australia, and then they go out and then they go and direct seed with their machines, and they use farmers' paddocks to regenerate the soil. And
how do you grab the seeds from, say, one of these blue gum trees? Is this just the...
Yeah, so that type, the bigger trees, we have to, so we just cut the tips out, take the seeds from the tree, dry them out, and then sieve the seeds out. It's a pretty simple process.
Wow, and are the seeds tiny?
They're tiny in them. Yeah, they're tiny. So I'm not sure exactly how many seeds is in one of them pods, but it'd be like maybe 50 in one of them. I haven't counted them.
Yeah, no, I get it. But they're really tiny, and to think that these massive trees come from a tiny thing.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing this?
Kev's been doing it for about 5 years, and I've been with him doing it for about 3 years now.
And how far do you travel for this?
So we most probably up to Kimber, and then we go across to Penong. So like the whole lower EP we collect from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now the other thing you were saying, this is what got us really interested last night, was about you've seen the decline of insects.
Absolutely. Well, this year, insects, spiders, they're because we collect from, especially from the acacia trees, because we're collecting all the pods, and then the buckets are usually absolutely full of insects. But this year, not so much.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just spiders, things like that. We haven't seen many. Something we've noticed this year.
Absolutely, and also not many snakes this year. Also, not many sleepy lizards. So normally we see quite a few, and this year there's been a significant decline. We've also seen a lot more dead trees over this season, and also browning of the trees as well, where this is something that we've not normally seen.
Is this land currently we're in, is the peninsula, is it in drought at the moment?
I don't think that it's it's not like a registered drought.
Yeah.
We're not on water restrictions or anything like that. So it's but we're the water has gone down here, so we're getting a desalination plant. That's going to be the future, I think, for the water source.
But it's something that we're noticing as we are out on the land and we're picking the trees and out there with the bugs and the birds and the crows, and we're definitely noticing them panting for water and stuff like that when we're out in the bush with them.
Yeah.
Aren't we, Kev? We're noticing it more and more, especially this season. It's something that we're noticing more and more. And that's what, it's a little concerning this year with the no bugs, bees, the flying insects. There's definitely not, there's even flies. There's not as many flies. They're still annoying, but it's nowhere near as many flies even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can concur because, we got the same bus really. We never have to clean the windscreen, ever, especially for bugs.
Yeah, no, just the dust.
Yeah, just the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we were growing up, because I lived on the road for a while with my parents, we were always cleaning the windscreen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we're not getting many.
What would you put it down to, do you think? What's your idea?
Not too sure, but I don't know what people. Well, I suppose beliefs differ to what's going on in the world, but I mean, we believe in like the spraying in the sky
Yeah.
that they're constantly fucking doing all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That we well
chemtrails, what they're spraying us with.
Yeah.
We're being poisoned, and I believe it's got to do with that, and I do believe that that's what's happening with the browning of the trees, and also with the bugs, and that it can't not affect them. And also when we're having a heavy spraying day, I'm also noticing that's the days that I get the most headaches.
Wow.
Yeah.
it's something that we've noticed even with our youngest child, who he was affected from the immunisation
With the
needles
vax?
with the vax when he was a kid.
Yeah.
He almost died from that.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Eli, he
No, which vaccination?
the 2-week needles.
Okay.
He got the first lot that he got given nearly killed him. They didn't say that that's what it was until we got a really good specialist in Adelaide at the Royal Women and Children's. She spoke to us on the sly and said that that's basically what it was.
When you said kill him, what were the symptoms?
So it was respiratory. He couldn't breathe. And no one would say what it was because they won't say it's asthma at that young. And no one would tell us anything really. They kept on saying, we don't know what it is. And then it went on for a long time, backwards and forwards. We kept on getting flown over to Adelaide. They say he's fine because every time we go to Adelaide and we'd be in hospital, he would recover. As soon as we bring him home to Coulter, he would get extremely sick again and wouldn't be able to breathe. And then what we discovered, it was because what they were spraying the crops with. So he was getting another dose of the poison every time it was being sprayed.
Yeah.
Because part of what is in the vax is in the crop spraying. And so he was just getting a little bit of a top up every time.
Yeah.
And so that's what it was. And so every time he would get sick would be the same time of the year. August, October every year, he would end up in hospital with pneumonia, with respiratory issues.
Every time they sprayed the paddocks, like because we live in farming.
Well, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Even with the insects, I mean, we're surrounded by all these paddocks here. Could it be what they're spraying in there?
Yes, and that's what the specialist told me, that it's because there's a similar chemical in it, and he's just getting a little top up every time, and we'd have to wait until it dissipated out of his system, which would happen after puberty, because something happens through puberty that he will disperse it, and that's happened. Now that he's gone through puberty, it doesn't happen to him anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting, but yeah, definitely something that they're spraying. Like it all coincides with each other, does it not?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think
it does.
going about the spraying, there's another farmer here said yesterday they spray the wheat because there's some sort of weed or something that they don't want in it. But he says it reduces the price that they'll pay for the wheat if it has this weed in, and that's why they spray every 4 months. Now, I don't know if it's every 4 months, but do you know how often they spray?
Not off. No, I don't know their spraying program.
Yeah.
I just know their spraying is fucking pretty detrimental to human health.
Yeah.
And
And insect health, maybe.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, if
For
it's
sure.
affecting children and it's affecting us like that, then I would say it's definitely affecting the insect health and animal health, lizards, snakes.
How about bird life? I mean, if you're doing trees, the trees would be full of little nests and from the little honey eater birds and stuff. How are you seeing? You seeing good numbers of those, or are they declining too?
There's, it's like different everywhere we kind of go. So like where there's like really thick mallee, which like mallee eucalyptus areas, birds are plentiful there. And then where there's good seed, like acacia seed around, there's good bird life. But yeah, it's really hard to kind of, because we don't really survey birds.
It's hard to
a lot.
gauge with
I
the
get it.
birds.
So
It
it's,
is.
you know, so
But you do have a quite a unique perspective because you're capturing the seeds, which most of us wouldn't do. Most of us just drive past.
Yeah.
So you're actually getting into the trees, and you would think that the insects and the birds would eventually be connected.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's quite. Everything's all one unit, really.
Yeah.
You know, like from the soil to the trees to the insects to the birds to the humans. We're all one ecosystem.
Yeah, I was in Sejuna, and I was taken on a farm for a trip, and he showed me his huge shed, and half of it was just fertilizer.
Yeah.
And he said, if I don't put this on, I can't grow wheat out here. And when I walked over the land, which he was yet to do, the land was dead.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not fertile.
Yeah,
No.
there's nothing in that. There's nothing in the soil
No.
of
There was
that.
no insects on it, no birds, there was just nothing.
Absolutely not. And then, you know, like a lot of, like, you know, a lot of farmers, like they do crops and then they run cattle for a bit, and like, you know, that'd, you know, stir up the ground and they'd put their manure everywhere, which would add to it. And that's been a practice for years, but they don't even do that anymore.
Yeah,
It's just chemical.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing the result, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is quite controversial. There's information out there, like if you want to delve into actually understanding it.
Yeah.
But then a lot of things are, like, I mean, it's hard even for the farmers. Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for everybody. So you can't. There's no finger pointing, or, you know, like they bring in shiploads of all of this fertilizer, and like they've created a band-aid for a problem.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's going to use that band-aid for that problem.
Well, I guess they have to, because if they don't, the next farmer's going to do better, and they'll probably go out of business.
Exactly. Like, you know, that's how, you know, they can't just go broke and just lose everything. So, like, you can't blame them for that.
No.
But you got countries like Norway, Sweden, places like that are just like they've banned everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, why?
Yeah.
You know, why are these countries that are doing so well, and they're like, you know, why are they doing what they're doing? Is anyone asking this? I don't know. I do.
Okay. Now you are of the community, my community as well, who decided not to participate in a certain gene therapy experiment. Why did you decide not to participate?
It didn't feel right. It felt like we were being used as guinea pigs. So we took our kids out of school and didn't allow them to have it either. And obviously we didn't get it, and it just didn't feel right. It felt like it was an experiment that was going to go bad. Yeah.
Now, what was the reaction? So you live out of town.
Yeah.
What was the reaction to your choice once people found out?
Well,
What would you rather say?
Some of our family members at the beginning, thought we were crazy.
Yeah.
And thought that we should have been having it. Since then, they have come around, but this is years later. Some of our family members have 6 jabs.
Wow.
Yeah. And they thought that we were totally insane. And we were actually treated quite bad because we wouldn't wear masks. When we went to town, because we live out of town, we shop every 2 to 3 weeks. So I've always bulk shopped. So I buy like cow in the cupboard. We've got teenage boys. At the time, our our daughter lived at home. She's an adult daughter.
What's a cow in a cupboard?
Sorry, a cow in the cupboard is like a milk.
Long life milk, bro.
Long life milk.
I think actually like had a.
Sorry.
That's a big cupboard.
Yeah, long life milk. Yep. So so I buy like 10 of them, you know, like a box or 12 of them at a time, you know, and and I would, because you know, teenage boys, and we've got a adult daughter. She was at home at the time, and so you know,
Teenage boys consume a huge amount of food.
yeah, and milk. You know, they'll drink a litre of milk at a time.
Yeah,
you know, and so to buy 3 of them, it's pointless.
Yeah.
You know, and so I took a box of milk to the counter, and was told, no, sorry, you can't do that. And I was like, I beg your pardon? Like, I do this weekly, and they're like, oh no, that's bulk shopping. I was like, yeah, I bulk shop. I live in the bush. I only come to town every 3 weeks, maybe a month. No, you can't have that. And I also buy like, you know, like my tin tomatoes. I'll buy like 10 at a time, pastas 10 at a time. No, can't have that. You're only allowed to buy like 3 at a time. I was like, all right, well, I'll get my son to buy 3, my other son to buy 3, Kev to buy 3. No, can't do that. You're only allowed 3 per family. What?
And how far out of town are you?
We're 65 Ks.
Yeah.
You know, but
So you can't come in. It's not viable
well,
to
we
come in
can't-
every day
no.
just for milk.
You know, and it was just like, how can you do this to people? I can't afford to just pop to town, but this is what they were doing to people, and it was just like, this is crazy. Like it was literally crazy, and you were treated like a criminal to go shopping. You know, it was just like, this is out of control. You know, and
Especially when we didn't wear masks in the shopping centre at all, because we just refused.
I was just about to explain that I have a condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension, which is same as having a brain tumour, but I don't have a brain tumour.
Okay.
So it gives me pressure in my brain.
Oh.
So I get extreme headaches. So to cover my mouth up so I can't breathe is like, would just exacerbate my headaches to like extreme levels. So I'm not covering my face.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cover my face anyway, but to cover my face is just going to exacerbate my headaches. So there's no way I was doing that. And there's no way I was going to the doctors to get a certificate to say I didn't have to wear a mask. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not wearing a mask. Yeah. Anyway, I
had no excuse. I just wasn't going to wear them.
Yeah, but you know, but you know, like anywhere that we went, it was an issue. You know, I shouldn't have to tell you I have a condition because I'm not wearing a mask. Like, I'm not wearing a mask. It was absolutely ridiculous. Everywhere we went, it was an issue. You know.
In Woolworths, there was that one lady that she called the cops.
Yeah.
She called the cops, and the cops come in. And
Oh,
they,
really?
Yeah. And they just said, well, there's nothing that we can really do. And she got quite upset about that.
Yeah,
So the cops couldn't do anything to her?
No,
To you mean?
us. Like, because it's like...
because there was security at our Woolworths.
Yeah.
They brought security in through COVID at our Woolworths.
When the cops came, because in Melbourne we'd get arrested for it or charged, so what, they weren't doing that here?
No, they weren't doing that here.
When we came,
Not that I know of.
because it was, I have to say, South Australia was masked Nazis when we came across on the first tour. It was insane, you know?
Yeah, I think Lincoln was a bit more chill, but it was, I think...
Oh, no. I went to buy a mobile phone here in Lincoln, and they wouldn't let me in the store. And I said, because I didn't have a mask.
Police, I think the people were crazy. The people were crazy. They thought that everyone was going to die. Yeah. Yeah, they thought that everyone was going to drop dead from it. Yeah.
So it shows a deep trust of MSN at that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was working at the pub in Cummins at the time of COVID, and I got told that I had to get jabbed and wear a mask and so I just left because I wasn't doing that. Yeah. And then we started the tree seeding job because you don't need a mask
to work in the
to
bush.
work in the bush. Plenty of fresh air, no people.
Although we did see, I remember we were in some town and we were seeing farmers in the middle of a paddock, like 2 of them masked up.
Yeah, but they should wear.
We got video of that.
But they should wear a mask because of the poison they spray.
That's true. Probably a hazmat suit that's where you need it.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. So what has been the response now, though? Do you regret not taking it? Do you think you should have gone back for social cohesion, or are you just like, fuck you?
We are so glad that we didn't take it, especially with everything that has come out with the myocarditis and stuff like that. I also have a thing they discovered with my condition. There's a thing called SVT, which I have, which makes your heart beat rapidly.
Oh, yeah.
And so if I had to take it, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah.
So my decision was the right decision. And I'm so glad for my children with the reproductives and all that sort of stuff. I am so happy that we made the right decision for our family, for our children, and for ourselves, that we never took it, because I think that health reasons, people are really going to suffer in years to come, and we're going to be healthier because of it.
So you guys are what I would see as fringe dwellers in a way. You live on the outskirts of society, from what I'm picking up, which is seemingly one of the only places to remain authentically yourself now, because you have to comply so much in society. And now they're coming out with these hate speech laws, which are vague in a way of saying to you or you, just don't say anything, because if you say anything offensive, you're in trouble. Did you ever think our country would reach a point where literally we couldn't speak?
I think as we've come into a place of speaking more, we've come to learn that many of us really, I don't think we've ever really had the chance to speak at all.
Wow, that's a really interesting point.
So, what level? I think it varies with the depth of, the awareness of how people have always been controlled.
Yeah. So you think we've always had it, they've just made it official?
Absolutely. Or everybody's just kind of waking up to like, hey, you don't have to be that slave to that 9 to 5. You don't have to. You don't have to live in all of these structures. It's like, I mean, the hippies have been doing it for years, and they fucking shut them down fucking in the 60s.
Yeah.
Isn't that why they did it?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on these hate speech laws?
I agree with that, and I think that it's the same with if you go back over all your socials now. I was looking at photos the other day with the kids. They wanted to look at things that we'd done a while ago, and I went back over and things that I was sharing back when all the Canberra marches and that happened, and things that I had shared. They'd gone through and they had deleted all the things that I had shared off my socials, and I was like, how can they actually do that? Because they weren't other people's postings, they were mine. And they're completely gone.
I think they call that memory holding.
And they completely taken them, and that was
not informed you,
not informed me, and they're gone. And I was like, wow. So they've actually been doing it for quite some time. They're saying that it's not coming into effect until next month. It's in effect because all that stuff's already gone off my socials, and so that was a little bit of a shock when I just scrolled back, because I didn't even know until the kids asked me to go back and look at some photos. Wow. Yeah.
So that's your past being erased, and the government's made a law that they can do that. But that's your past. Here you are living in the bush, no real danger to anyone, and yet they're erasing your past because they don't like it.
Yep. And I had no idea. If I didn't go back and look at some photos, I would not have even known.
Wow.
But I mean, what governs the hate speech? There's people like you, like me, like Jazz, like many others that we know. We're out there, and they're saying like, oh, there's a hate speech law against what you're saying, but I'm speaking from a place of love, not hate.
Yeah, that's right.
Love for the land, love for the existence of humanity, love for the people, and that's hate speech.
Yeah.
Well, I think people really have to actually have a deeper look at where these things from people are coming from.
Well, it's hard to have a deeper look when they table the bill, which is like 400 and something pages and 100 pages of notes in the morning, and they want it through Parliament in a day. And they had 6,000 submissions, so no one's really read it. and they just didn't look at them either. So this has just been rammed down our throats, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to take a step back when things are being rammed down your throat, and to be able to just to be able to turn your back on it, just for a second to go, hang on, what do I think about this?
Yeah.
Rather,
And everyone's so busy trying to survive because times are hard.
exactly, with with a bottle of milk being like fucking $7,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's
Brussels sprouts in this town. Brussels sprouts, 12 Brussels sprouts, $9.
yeah, 100%. And and we don't want our children to have to go without, or our we want to be that good provider for the family and all of that. So we just shut the fuck up and get on with it.
Who's the main shopper?
Me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. That was a trick question. That was me being politically correct. I knew the answer.
No hate speech on that one.
Have you seen a real rise? Is the cost of living affecting you when you go shopping now?
Absolutely. It's out of control. There's only 4 of us at home now. There used to be 5 in the home, and we spend more on shopping now with 4 of us at home than when there was 5 living at home.
Wow.
And like I said, 2 teenage boys, so obviously they eat a lot, but our shopping bill would be $500 a week on food.
My God.
Yeah, but we don't buy shit either. We eat.
But then you got power and bills and all the other things on top of
the
that.
mortgage, all that sort of stuff, and
Petrol.
yep, and that's because we only buy good food as well. Like, we will buy organic where we can, and stuff. We can't buy all organic because it's just too expensive, but we buy the good milk, and all of that sort of stuff because we like our kids to eat healthy. And in doing that, if you look at our children, they are healthy, super healthy to kids that are not eating well, and you can tell the difference to the size and the healthiness of them. My 16-year-old has only ever been to the doctor once. He's never been on antibiotics, and he went to the hospital once, which was only last week because he ate some bad chicken. Away on a work trip. That's the only time that he's been sick.
Yeah.
But my other child, obviously, because the jab, he's been sick in his lifetime, but Xavier's never ever been sick.
So you're saying then that in order to feed your children healthily, it's costing you far more.
Absolutely, because we don't buy shit food.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow. So it's going to be another question in 2 parts. So what is life like living on the road in a bus?
Oh, so good.
What's so good about it? Give us the thing. How would you sell it to someone?
Well, I don't think it really has to be sold. I think if you're looking, you're going to go and buy one.
Yeah.
It's great.
So
Like
you do all the work on this yourself?
Yep.
And what have you done on it?
So
Mechanical wise first.
So mechanical wise, well, the engine was pretty solid when we bought it. So
Yeah.
mechanical wise, I haven't had to do much. So
What's the engine?
It's a 1HZ.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a 2H.
Yep. So yeah, so it's great. I've done a major service on it and one other service. I haven't had to do anything else to it.
Wow.
So that's been pretty good. Inside, it was a lot of it was done when we bought it from Tassie because we made a holiday out of it. So we took the kids, went down to Tassie for an adventure, bought the bus, went around Tassie for a month and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, it was freaking cold.
That is great. I'd love to do that. We've got a little diesel heater in ours to put in.
Yeah,
too.
that was
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah, it's great.
And there's a little fire.
They are the best.
They are the best. They're
pretty
so
good.
hot. They're great. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was really cool. But there was a mad storm when we bought the bus, and everywhere that we went in Tasmania, there was trees falling down over all the highways. So there was like guys had gone through, chainsawed little sections out so we could get through, and then for all the other logs. I had the kids just dragging logs out the way so we could get through.
magnificent.
On the highway.
Best memories ever. It was the best adventure because they'll never forget it, because everywhere we went, it was like all the carnage had happened beforehand, and then the sun would come out and then we would pull up. It was like we were being blessed everywhere we went. It was amazing.
But Tasmania, definitely rate it. It's amazing. Get on that train.
So that's basically it. So it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, the best thing about living in the bus is that you can just pull up anywhere, and it is that sense of freedom. You can just pull up anywhere. You can turn everything off, even if it's just for a day, 2 days, and you can just like grab some food, grab your kids, just go sit down and just enjoy. Enjoy a little slither of moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Now yourself, because Kelly gets this sort of, how do you possibly survive without a toilet and a shower in the bus? Because I don't think you have one.
No, we don't. It's fine, actually. I have a little thunderbox, actually, if I really need to go. But
I'm not even going to ask what that is. I'm just going to let it go.
Just a little compost toilet.
Oh,
yeah, it's a compost toilet, but I don't really need it. And Kev has a little shower that when we're in the bush, he just hooks it up to the side and we sit it in the sun for the day. So it's warm wherever we pull up. It's not like hot, but it's warm, and so I can shower if I need to. And it's fine. You don't even notice it, to be honest.
Now, the other thing, though, is what we're seeing is the councils are clapping down on people like us living freely on the road.
Yeah.
Everything's no camping. They've got gates now on the national parks, on the state forests, on even just car parks.
Yeah.
Are you noticing that?
Absolutely, we're noticing that, and it's shocking. Like, this is Australia. It's so bad. Like, you should be able to pull up anywhere you want, and especially like if you've been driving all day and you need to pull up, you have a bed, why can't you pull up? It makes no sense at all. It's actually dangerous.
Yeah. Talking to some guys from Germany. One was from Germany, one was from Sweden, and they said they were asking where they could camp, and then we were talking to them about that and saying that we have to like pay to stay at our national parks, and they just laughed.
It's all free over in their countries.
They're like, this is government land, and we pay taxes. Why do we have to pay? So they just couldn't fathom the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
I guess
because all their national parks are free.
Yeah.
They're free to camp.
Wow.
And they could not believe that we have to pay, and that they could not just pull over and camp, and that it's not allowed.
Well, now it's worse. Now you've got to book ahead.
Yeah.
So we turn up we got kicked out of one the other day because we just pulled over. We thought we'll stay here, and they go, "Oh, we booked this. We booked this weeks ago."
Yeah.
You're thinking, what?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's
It's not a caravan park. It's not this. It's just a lay-by.
You can't be sporadic and just go out and do.
You can't be free.
Yeah, you can't be free. You can't just go, hey, it's Friday, let's fucking get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, because you look at everywhere and go, oh, everywhere's booked out.
Yeah.
But you know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but no, we're definitely noticing that, and it's really bad. It's like Greenlee, up the road from our home, they've taken like our best camp spots where we've camped with our children from when they were little babies up till a couple of years ago. Our best camp spot is now a car park, and you're not allowed to camp there anymore, and it really saddened us when we drove down and you can't camp there anymore. You're only allowed to camp off to the left hand side, to the right hand side. You're not allowed to camp anymore. And you know, it's just like, why? You know,
I think the saddest thing is that it's not really aimed at us. The homelessness is through the roof. You know, lots of people living in their cars who don't have the ability to go on the road driving because they don't have the money for the fuel.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who've been told, well, you're homeless in your town now. You're unwanted.
yeah, that's also shocking.
Yeah.
They should be supporting and looking after those people rather than isolating them. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, because it's a fine line between, you know, for one being homeless and then falling into the severe mental health problem. Because then once you're homeless and then you gather like you're not wanted, all of this, you fall into that mental health bracket.
Absolutely.
Then there's a major problem.
Yeah.
You know.
It's very hard to come back and bounce back.
Absolutely. absolutely. Especially when support for mental health isn't very high in a lot of places.
Last question. What is your view of the current state of Australia?
It's pretty sad, and I think we all need to band together. And I think I've had this view forever. I think love will save us all. That honestly, that is my biggest thing. I think that everybody needs to have each other's backs. If everybody has each other's backs, then we will survive. Like, everybody just needs to look after each other. Walk down the street, smile at each other, say hello to each other. If someone needs support each other. That is the biggest thing. If we do that, then we will survive. We will get through this.
And yourself?
Yeah, I agree with. I share the same view.
Yeah.
You know, it's we can't fix everybody's problems, like, because and nobody really can. No. But just to be able to, you know, sit there and go, hey, like, just a bit of acknowledgement goes a long way. Rather, you know, that's about really it. All I have to say on that.
Okay, we've got the sun coming in now, but let's talk about what you did with your land. So you bought cropping land.
Yep.
And you bought 7 acres?
Yep, and nothing would grow on it. All it was rocks, like literal rocks and Lincolnweed.
And you said it had been cropland for about 100 years.
Yep.
Yeah, for a fair long time.
Yep.
Yep.
And so nothing would grow on it, and people would tell us that nothing would grow on it, and literally nothing would. Like, we couldn't get trees to grow on it, or we couldn't get fruit trees or anything like that to grow on it. And we would put like if we had like a chook pass or something like that, you put that in the bottom of your hole and then put some dirt on it, leave it for a couple of weeks, and then plant your tree on top of it. And then it would give it enough nitrogen and enough nutrients for the plant to grow. And now our farm is booming. So we have a Japanese maple, which is 12 years old on our farm. We have a Canadian maple on our farm, which is same 12 years old, and they are both absolutely beautiful on our farm. We have so many trees on our farm now. We have grass. We have everything now. Our farm is booming.
Yep. And Jazz, old man, he's grown heaps of plants. Like,
Yep.
it's great what he's done.
Yeah.
You remind me of a gardener we interviewed in Renmark. He took nothing, he was dead,
Yeah.
and now he's got an abundant forest. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's quite good.
Yeah.
So the land is savable.
Absolutely savable.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So-
it was Dust Bowl, and now we've got everything so beautiful.
So we
Yep.
we don't use spray. We haven't used chemicals
There's
or
no
anything,
chemicals.
or Roundup. I haven't even used Roundup. So which we have had an infestation of of weeds.
We just get out there and pull them. Yeah.
Horehound. But you go and dig a horehound out of the ground in the winter, and at the base of that horehound is just full of worms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we first started, with not one worm on our farm, we had not one worm, and now there is hundreds and big fat ones.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
So
pretty
you
good.
think the weeds and the worms work together?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It all works.
Who says they're a weed then?
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, yeah. I think it's because they grow they're just so invasive.
Yeah.
It has to be
I've
controlled.
always thought a plant that doesn't need a human is called a weed. Very needy. How dare you survive without us?
So true. Yeah.
But
Yep.
things like dandelion, that's a weed.
Yeah.
Great health benefits.
Yeah.
There's
I drink it
so
every
many.
morning.
Yeah, we
there's
drink it too. Yeah.
there's some great the weed herb Bible. There's a little handbook. It
Yeah.
tells you all about the healing property of all the weeds.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of weeds now.
Exactly. 100%.
And you guys are amazing, so you're living up to it.
100%.
Put you in the handbook.
When I met Jesus Christ, he was almost 10 years old, and he was helping his mother push a trolley full of all they owned. And because they couldn't find an inn they could get in, They were heading to the city and leaving Bethlehem. Couldn't you perform a miracle? I'm out of them, he said. I tried turning nothing into warmth, but it just made my mother cry. It just made my mother cry. Mary Magdalene has become a man, and tonight he's old, and she has been riding my tram. Now it's late and she's trying to sleep beneath a poster for a bank. Your dreams are important to us as it bathes her face in gold. Come give us your natural gifts. We make wealth from toil. Come pretend for history's page that we're advancing Australia fair. Let's pretend that we're all advancing Australia fair. Back down the road I found the church we built on the black man's bones was empty, and out the front a sign read all but sold. A sign read all but sold. And we all owe so much money, but to whom we're not quite sure. So hey